Welcome back to NBA Cinema. We got to talk about Gilbert Arenas, Steven Jackson, and Jeff Teague. Now, this conversation comes into play when you're talking about would you rather win multiple championships and get a substantial amount of pay, or would you rather not ever win a championship and get so much money, like generational wealth for multiple generations? There's a lot of people divided on this. And Steven Jackson, he spoke up, man, because he feels really strongly about what Jeff Teague and Gilbert Arenas has said on their podcast. And I'll play a little excerpt from Gilbert Arenas and Jeff Teague, and then I'll show you what Steven Jackson had to say, and I'll be back with my reaction. Let's check it out.
Right? So just because you got 5 rings and you won, you didn't win off
but
the
you're
back.
Individualizing
You didn't win
you're
off the back of
individualizing
you.
it, though. You're individualizing it being about one thing and me. It's not about me. Robert Orr is never going to be like, I won shit. He's going to say, man, I was on teams that won. And I made $54 million in my career.
Yeah.
It may not be good to him, but for me, to make 54 and to win, shit.
It's a different
NBA rings right now on sale from players who won, but because they wasn't the best player, they was on that team, they got to sell that ring for this thing called money.
Gilbert,
I've never seen a nigga selling $300 million.
Gilbert.
Perfect segue. So would you rather have a championship or a max contract?
Max contract.
Easy. I hate niggas that be talking about this.
I'll be no fool.
Hey, I just want to fucking win, and no, nigga, I want to get
niggas with them
paid.
$100 million bags. Like, man, you get the max contract, then okay, then yeah, you want to win.
Yeah, now it's time to win.
Like, shit.
Fuck that. I want to
Niggas
lose.
Got,
So I get
niggas
the
got
max.
to pay the bills.
That's why I told y'all,
Steve,
Carmelo Anthony is my idol.
Yeah.
He told Miami, fuck y'all, and went back to New York. I said, he's the GOAT. He's the
Yeah,
greatest
swear to
player
God, I
ever.
love that.
Yeah.
Because like, I would be on a losing team and average 20, get a max deal, then I'll be like, fuck, man. I need to trade me, man. I'm trying to win.
Oh,
Fuck
God.
that. Man, fuck all that
Hey,
shit.
that's why I think it's the hardest shit. When niggas sign new deals in year 1, but like, yeah, I'm not happy. Get me the fuck out of here.
That's why I was
Yeah,
so
that's
mad at DeMarcus Cousins. I'm like, why didn't you do what Anthony Davis did?
Say, fuck
Sign the deal and force the hand,
Yeah.
bro.
Facts.
Force the hand.
Always.
These
Sign the
motherfuckers
deal.
don't care. You can go buy a ring,
Sign
bro.
the deal.
Get paid.
Sign the fucking
Sign the
deal.
Because when you done playing, don't nobody remember you won a
Don't
championship.
give a
Nobody.
fuck, bro. Nobody
That's
remember
it.
Mario Chalmers and Norris Cole for winning that shit.
Oh, my
Jumping
mama, I
up and
love
down in
Norris
LeBron
Cole. He-
horn.
Shout out to Norris. He fuck with
I
us.
swear, I fuck with him like a motherfucker, but yeah, I guarantee, boy, I tell Mike all the time, I swap you out, post.
For real.
Like,
Hey, what up, world? We out here in all the smoke in LA doing some epic shit, right? And I'm tired of seeing this shit on Instagram coming from basketball players, and that's why a lot of y'all losers. It's no way, if you ain't come from nothing, then you understand why people say they would rather 50 million and a championship. Because I care about being the best at what the gift God gave me. It would suck to play the game of basketball and never say you was the champion. You was never the best in the world. 50 million is enough for people who come from nothing. We know how to make that work. That 50 million is like 200 million to us. But it goes to show the people who struggled and the people who didn't struggle. Talking about, I'll take 100 million and fuck the championship. Nah, I'll take 50 million and that championship. But you're not a winner. You don't want to be the best. You just want to maintain them and just go along. Nah, that's the difference between a lot of the champions and y'all. Yeah, y'all made y'all money, but y'all wasn't the best at nothing.
So Gilbert Arenas went under that comment section and he said 300 million or 7 chips is 58 million. The problem with this is if you won 7 chips and you made 58 million, you was a role player. 300 million, you was that dude. You was the number one option. No lead dog champion ever made 58 million. So it was backdoor. Ace in the hole card for me anyway, with laughing emojis. And what I will say to what Gilbert Arenas just said is that's absolutely ridiculous. Michael Jordan definitely didn't make 58 million when he won his championships. You know, Jordan didn't really get paid until that last contract, you know, he had with the Bulls. You know, the very last one. Like I think it was those last 2 years, and I think who got paid before that? Somebody else got paid before that, and Jordan ended up getting some decent money the last couple years. So, first of all, you can't say no lead dog has never won championships making 58 million. you're right, Gilbert. They made a lot less than that. A lot less. And y'all need to be thankful that people like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, all those guys that came before you, Dr. J, all them, and even the people that came before them that had to work a job in the offseason when the NBA won't making money like that. You got to thank everybody for the opportunity you have today. Now, what he's saying about he'd rather have the money, that's cool because most of us would rather have the money. You know, you don't want to come in with a loser's mentality and say, just give me the money, because those things don't go together. Those people train hard to be the very best they can be. So it's not like you could be lazy and say, man, just give me the money because you won't make the NBA. So, yeah, you do train to be the absolute best. Now, if his point is rather than go team up with other superstars, I would stay and make the money. Absolutely. But you also want to play good basketball. I think some people are getting paid off of bad basketball now, like James Harden. We see he's not really like that when he's on a team like Philly. We see that those stats were inflated the entire time. Does he have game? Yes, but was he as good as his stats suggested he was, like scoring close to what Jordan scored in the season and all that? Absolutely not. They couldn't be further from each other as far as talents. So, I think some people are getting paid off of bad basketball and high usage, and that's another story for another day. But if you're just talking about would I take the money instead of the rings, you got to get paid. That's why you get to the NBA. You get there first to get paid, and second to win championships, because first and foremost, you got a family to take care of, and that's your whole reason for getting to the NBA, right? You would stop playing when it stops making money. That's why you go out in the workforce and find a job if you don't make it to the NBA, right? Some people still hoop, but your job comes first. And basketball is their job. So, yeah, you want to get paid, man. You want to get paid for what you feel like you're worth in market value. That's in any industry that you may be in at that time. However, you do want to win at the same time. We've seen players have to pawn their rings because they, for whatever reason, they wanted to do it. But most of the time it's because they don't have no money, man. And the ring is just a representation by the league to make you think it's more than it is. It's good to win because it's good to win, you know, to have that trophy and everything. But it has no tangible value outside of just perception, really, how people perceive you in your playing career. But as far as monetizing, what have we seen Michael Jordan continue to do after his playing days? Continue to monetize his brand and his name that he built for the NBA. So that is the best thing they can do for you. Pay you and help elevate your brand, really. The championship, it helps them look good, helps you look good. And I will say that about the championship. The championship and winning over and over, it helped Michael Jordan's brand. So it could be a brand building thing, but the championship and the trophy and the ring itself, the ring has whatever monetary value it has when you put it up for sale. You can't sell the championship. That really belongs to the team. So, yeah, man, it's about monetizing. I mean, that's what the NBA is doing. They're monetizing you, and when you can't play no more, you know, they cut ties with you. It's just the nature of the beast. So, yeah, you want to make every penny you can make. Steven Jackson is saying guys have never won anything in their life. I mean, the guys want the money. But I can see why he says that to somebody like Jeff Teague, who didn't say like it was always in the game. Had good talent. Really like watching him at Wake and everything. But seems like his head was elsewhere. Didn't seem like, you know, winning was number one for him at all times. And when you in between them lines, you'd like for your league guard to have winning habits. And Gilbert Arenas, his mentality, give me the $300 million. Someone like him, you know, blew money for himself, bringing a gun into the locker room. So these are people that, yeah, it's easy to say, give me that money, but your mentality kind of has to be on winning, if that makes sense. Both of them seem to merge together for you to make top dollar is what I'm saying. And you can't say James Harden was never a winner. I mean, they were very close to beating the Golden State Warriors one year and advancing to the finals. So you can't say he didn't win enough. Like, he won enough to get some of those contracts in Houston. Now, I don't know about these last few contracts, but, you know, some of them Houston contracts, he won enough at the time to put himself at the top of the market. Whether you like how he got his stats, his usage or whatever, I wasn't a fan of it. That's why Kobe Bryant said it would never win. But, yeah, man, that's all I got. I could talk about this all day, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if I'm tripping. Let me know if you agree. And most importantly, just let me know your thoughts on it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.